Card games may seem an unlikely source for English learning, but there are two card games in particular that we have always played in English in our family. The first is a card game that children can play from an early age and is simply called Fish. The game is played with a pack of 52 cards and each person gets dealt 7 cards. Having been dealt the cards, the children should take any cards that they have 4 of, for example 4 sevens, which is known as a book, and place them on the table face up. Once all the books have been placed on the table, the game can begin, with the player on the dealer's left going first. Each player is trying to get 4 of the same number, and they achieve this by requesting the number of a card from the player to their left. You can only ask for a card if you have one of them yourself. So, for example, if you have an 8 in your hand, you could ask the player to your left, "Do you have any 8s?" If the player you ask does not have any 8s, then they reply, "No, go fish," hence the name of the game. And you have to pick a card from the deck. And then the player to your left takes their turn. If they do have an 8, it remains your go, and you can then ask the person to that person's left for a card. The game continues until a player manages to get rid of all their cards, and the winner is the player with the most books. Fish really is a good game for practicing numbers in English, as well as simple present tense phrases. Another great card game for natural English learning, which is also great for arithmetic skills, is the game of cribbage, also known as crib. Crib is actually a popular pub game in England and has its own etiquette which is strictly observed. Part of this etiquette is the scoring, which is said out loud, hence why it is both good for a child's English and arithmetic. Although crib is a relatively easy game to learn, although it does take time to master, it would take too long to explain the rules within this presentation. So I've included some great resources in the supplementary documents for this lecture. However, what I will do is give you an example of the scoring for the following hand. Now, a crib player would score out loud as follows: 15-2, 15-4, 15-6, 15-8, 15-10, 15-12, 15-14, 15-16, 2 for a pair's 18, 2 for a pair's 20, 2 for a pair's 22, 2 for a pair's 24, 2 for a pair's 26, 2 for a pair's 28, and 1 for his knob. 29. Now that may seem like gobbledygook to you right now, but don't worry, it will make perfect sense once you have read the rules. That's actually the top scoring hand that you can get in crib, 29. And as you can see, as well as being good for English in terms of counting in English, it's also good for your child's arithmetic. Thank you.